Hey, this is just for veterans. If you're not a veteran, no offense, go ahead and stop the video and move on. And for the record, this may have some profanity in it because I'm very passionate about what I'm going to talk about. So if you're a veteran, thank you for your service. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching the video. I don't care if you like. I don't care if you subscribe. I just want you to understand that, brother, sister, you're not alone. You're an elite citizen of our great country. You served. You put your name on the contract, basically writing a check for your life that at any moment in your service it could have been cashed. And I thank you for serving. I thank you for who you are, what you did, and I just hope that you know that you are appreciated and that you are loved and cared about, and that the worst thing that can happen to you or me or any other veteran is for them to feel alone and not appreciated. So I appreciate you, and I hope that you find a way to bridge that gap so that you are not a statistic. All right, let's get into it. I have been with several organizations, vet organizations, for many years, and I see one flaw that almost is across the board unilaterally in these veteran organizations, and that is they put the emphasis on meeting and getting together, but they don't put the emphasis on being together. They get together and then they talk about stuff that we could care less about. And there's things, I get it, man. I'm not an idiot. I understand that you have to take care of facilities, you have to take care of bills, you have to take care of management of your money, you have to do things by the law, you have to do things that are necessary to be a part of those organizations, you have to follow your bylaws, all that garbage, okay? And that's what it is. It's just garbage, necessary garbage, red tape garbage that does not help anybody, but it keeps the doors open. So, I understand it. I get it. But let me tell you, when you make that your focus, you make that your priority, you're losing your veterans, okay? You got to make the veteran the priority. You got to make the veteran the priority, okay? Anything outside of that, you're losing them, okay? Certain of us will hang out and be a part because we want to change things. Others feel like they need titles still. There's a small segment of the veteran demographic that people act like they got to have a title to feel fulfilled. You know, I'm not one of those people. I could care less about titles. You just call me asshole, and I'm okay with that, you know. Grumpy old man, still okay with it. But I'm not into titles, and I'm not impressed by titles either. So bottom line is, I'd rather just hang out with my brothers and sisters that served, and I'd love to just hear about your service, get to know you, get to know your family, find out what makes you click, find out what your gimmicks are, man. What are your passions? What are your hang-ups? Where are you having your problems since you got out? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it psychological? So we can talk about these things so I can help, and maybe you could be my help. And so bottom line is, let's work on getting that red tape down to a minimum so that we can spend time with each other as veterans. And let's do that, because right now we're failing epically. Our Legion halls, our VFWs, our post of this and our post of that, our chapters here and chapters there, man, they're struggling to keep people in there, to keep the lights on. Why is that? And you think more meetings is going to help? No, your meetings are all wrong. You're spending a lot of time talking about what the post needs and get out there and get more members, and we need to recruit. But to what? Listen, if it ain't fun, if it ain't fellowship, and it ain't bringing veterans closer together, making a family of those that are in a chapter, a post, you're failing, okay? If you just want more people to sit around and listen to you talk, what can I tell you other than you're going to struggle getting people in the seats. But what will get people in the seats is when they feel genuinely cared about, when they feel like they're making relationships with people, where the people are getting them, where people are understanding them, where people are not just there to, come on. If I need to go to a meeting to sit there and listen to 5 or 6 people give their reports, and then we just adjourn and go home, why would I bother? Come on, why would I bother to go to that meeting? What's in it for me? Oh, if I'm one of the 5 talking, well then you all get to hear me express my report and my opinion. But what about you? What about the others? What about everybody? What about all the brothers and sisters that showed up? Do they get to talk? Do they get to share? They get to tell you about who they are, what they're going through? Man, I'm telling you, this system that's in place is failing for a lot of reasons. The biggest reason is we're not engaging the people who come through the door with a relationship, okay? They are not being engaged, okay? They're coming in, they're listening to our officers talk, they're listening to the group discuss what we didn't get done last month, what we hope to do next month. But if they come a second time, they'll listen next month to the things that we didn't get done last month, and our old business from 2 or 3 months is still not getting done because nobody cares, because nobody's engaged, because we're not a family. It's just we're coming to a meeting and it's not building relationships, okay? So here's your homework, veterans, leaders in veterans groups. Here's your homework. Make that a part of the meeting that is very, very small. All the red tape, all the I gotta do this to get through the meetings, make that very small and make the meeting about building relationship. Let somebody stand up and share who they are, where they were at. Tell a little story about their time in service. Tell them about when they got promoted to sergeant or second lieutenant, went to first lieutenant. Just something, come on. Just let these people share a little bit about their lives so you get to know who they are. Engage them, ask them questions, put out questionnaires about them. People don't feel valued if nobody makes a point to address them. You can talk at them all day long and they ain't gonna care. It just rolls right off their back. But when you engage them and have conversation with them, then there's value there. And they don't feel alone. They don't feel underappreciated. I'm telling you, man, I believe this wholeheartedly. We're missing it in these associations and organizations, and we're all about the red tape, making sure we cross every T and dot every I, so that our bylaws and our Constitution make sure we conduct a meeting with the 15 or 20 elements that we need. But that stuff is ridiculous. That stuff, that pompous, good old boy redundancy that takes an hour and a half to get it spit out and go through all these reports, is wasting men and women's time. It's wasting the veterans' time when they could be having a relationship with somebody They could be having friendships develop. They could be having brotherhood and sisterhood develop. But we're too busy delving into reports and all that junk. And that's what I said. It's junk. Fix it. Fix it. And then we start chipping away at that 22. And you all know what I mean. I said this was for veterans. Fix it. Let's fix it together.